When it comes to science, getting the terminology down is key. A solid scientific vocabulary isn't just nice for students to have, it's essential for really getting those concepts and demonstrating understanding. That's why pre-teaching important words is such a game changer in science classes. By focusing on key terms up front, we're not just boosting students' science knowledge, but also helping them with phonics, decoding, and word-solving skills. This approach is a win-win. It is supportive of students who may not be familiar with the words you are teaching and offers the students who are an opportunity to extend and deepen their understanding of the target vocabulary. When using this routine to introduce keywords to students, it is important to ensure that students see the word, hear the word, and say the word, have students respond chorally rather than individually, chunk the words into parts to ensure students can pronounce the word correctly, analyze the word parts to explore meaning, and provide lots of opportunity for repetition. Let's take a look at this strategy in action in a Science 9 classroom where students are learning about energy flow in ecosystems.
Because I'm going to say something and then I'm going to get you to say it back. Okay? So, this word is biodegradation. What's the word? Biodegradation. Awesome. Let's try it one more time, nice and loud so we can all hear it. So this word's biodegradation. What's the word? Biodegradation. Nice. Biodegradation. We're actually now going to chunk it into syllables, because that will help us make sure we're saying the word correctly, especially if we're not really familiar with the word. So I'm going to say the syllable, and then you're going to say it back, okay? So, bi, o, de, grad, a, shun. What's the word? Biodegradation. Awesome. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to chunk it into some word parts that aren't necessarily going to follow we'll put these two together actually, that aren't necessarily going to follow the syllables. So I'm going to give you some word parts here to think about. So I've got the word parts here: bio, de, grad, and ation. Just talk amongst yourselves. Are there any parts of this word that could help you understand the meaning based on what you know? Just talk to someone around you or think about it on your own. This is a Greek root from it's bios, and it means life. Bio is connected to this word life. Any other parts of this word that you might know? Yes. Putting these two together. What does it mean when something degrades? Do you know? Like, yes?
It becomes worse.
Yeah, it becomes worse. It kind of falls apart, right? Like it breaks down, right? Like you might say, the further and further we get into June, the students' motivation degrades because summer's almost here. Like it starts to break down. So the roots for this, grad actually means step. It's actually a root that means step. And D is actually an affix that implies to go down or away. Okay, so we've got life and then like degrading or stepping down or away. Does anyone know what this ending does? This ending is really interesting because tion on its own turns words into nouns. So it takes the verb degrade and turns it into the noun degradation, right? Or in this case, biodegradation. So, based on this, what do you think biodegradation might mean? Talk with your friends. Think about it in terms of this diagram. Where is it happening in this diagram? So take a look over here. I've got this same thing here on this poster. It's basically got all the same information we talked about. But biodegradation, the science definition, like the one that's in the back of the textbook, is the process of breaking down dead organic matter by living organisms such as bacteria. So when something else alive breaks down dead things, it's called biodegradation.
Intentionally and explicitly pre-teaching key vocabulary before students encounter those words is a routine you can incorporate into your instruction that will help students unlock and remember the meaning of the complex scientific vocabulary they need to understand.